I see what you mean. Let me check that. That's the simple phrase that buys you time without sounding defensive. Instead of blurting out, "That's not true," which escalates tension, you pause and acknowledge, "Let me check that," keeps the door open. It's neutral, not admitting fault, just buying a moment. When Jake pointed out the miscalculation, that's what you needed. The issue with that is specific. It escalates conflict, puts the critic on the defensive, and makes you appear unprofessional or insecure. The scene matters because when criticism hits in public, your first instinct might be to defend yourself.
I'm not mistaken. Look here. The total is clearly wrong because the first answer was too vague. The next step is structure. Identify the common mistake, saying that's not true or you're wrong. Start with, I see what you mean. Let me check that. It works here because it escalates conflict, puts the critic on the defensive and makes you appear unprofessional or insecure. Notice that the phrase answers the exact situation instead of offering generic confidence advice. Use I see what you mean as the first, complete version. Then support it with one detail that the interviewer or listener can picture.
Right, Jake. Instead of that, try the polite phrase, "Thank you for pointing that out. I'll review the numbers and get back to you." Rising tone on "thank you" shows sincerity. It turns criticism into a positive interaction. When you thank someone, you're not admitting they're right, but you're showing maturity. Practice it with me. "I see what you mean. Let me check that," is the simplest version. Balances ambition with humility. "I appreciate the feedback. Could you clarify which part you're referring to? I'd like to understand your perspective," is strongest when the context is high stakes and results focused.
After understanding the mistake, Anna learns a simple, neutral phrase. I get that. But what if I need more context? Like, what if the criticism is vague? Then I'd say, I appreciate the feedback. Could you clarify which part you're referring to? I'd like to understand your perspective. Rising on appreciate, falling on clarify. That invites collaboration. Keep the example tied to this scene. Instead, try a simple, neutral phrase. I see what you mean. Let me check that. Say, I see what you mean, and then give one piece of evidence.
Anna sees the simple phrase works. Now learns a more polite version. "Thank you for pointing that out. I'll review the numbers and get back to you." The content now fits the topic, so listen to delivery. Intonation for polite disagreement. Rising tone on "thank you" and "appreciate." Falling tone on "check" and "clarify." Once with a calm pace, then say, "I appreciate the feedback. Could you clarify which part you're referring to? I'd like to understand your perspective." With stress on the result words. The tone should sound thoughtful and prepared, not memorized or overconfident. With a calm pace and a slight pause before the result.
Anna masters polite phrases, now learns a professional one for deeper dialogue. I'd say, I appreciate the feedback. Could you clarify which part you're referring to? I'd like to understand your perspective. Then listen. That turns the conversation around. And if I stumble, I can always fall back on the simple phrase, I see what you mean. Let me check that. Pause, acknowledge, clarify. That's the ladder. The weak line was that. The complete line is, I appreciate the feedback. Use, thank you for pointing that out. I'll review the numbers and get back to you. For a warmer answer, and I appreciate the feedback. For a results-focused answer.